Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. Last time we finally retook our ship and fended off the chaos spawn that was just over here, actually, I believe. Yeah, he ended up dying, like, here. But we met everybody in the crew, got all their issues, figured out what's going on, and first off we have to talk to Argenta because she has a request.
Rogue Trader.
You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
Oh. The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in the Von Valencius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans. I will meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valencius dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve. I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart. The motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scola Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the Rogue Trader of House Von Valencius." Smile at the group. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. The teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy, a flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. Address the group. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command, I fought, and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could, but no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. You heard the Rogue Trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It is hard to say whether or not your words left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valencius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. last time I did that, at the last part, I did like the kind of grand speech of, oh, your parents died for the Imperium and all this stuff. And it works, but it feels so disconnected. That's why I liked the second option, the one I took this time. Just flat out saying, like, look, I was there, I did what I could. You make do with what you have in situations like that, because that is the realist response. And in that kind of situation, that's what I would have said. Like, yeah, it sucks. People died. No one's happy. You make do with what you can. You do what you're able to do, because that's all you can do.
Greetings.
Okay. Actually, I should probably do... what's keeping you in my retinue?
This ship was targeted by heretical pirates, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
It pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew. May the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our onslaught.
So they shall.
Nobody else really has a quest just yet. Well, let's see what the Vox Master has. I don't think anything. Yeah, we'll roll the dice on this fellowship roll. Connect me to the vessel's main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of my crew. Hey, fellowship test succeeded. The Vox Master nods obediently and presses several switches on the device she is holding. It is done, Lord Captain. Let's go. Yeah, we could talk to Janris Danrock. Okay, that's about it. Because I wish to bolster my retinue with skilled fighters is essentially just going, hey, I want to make another character to put on the team. Which, I mean, you could do that. You could very well just build a whole team of custom characters. I just feel like you're almost kind of shortchanging the story by just being like, nah, I don't care about anybody's storyline. Okay, so we can go anywhere. I was going to try to go through the sun, but they already foresaw my plans. Alright, so we'll go to the unidentified ship. The Vox crackles to life, and Master Helmsman Ravor addresses you. What we have here, Lord Captain, is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there's an incoming transmission now, too. Hear us? The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Pete, do not require assistance. Copy? The Vox relays a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Roar protects. Lord Captain, I am told our augurs can't determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified, badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Rykad colony that's refusing to help, which, not to put a fine point on it, has not been offered to them. Ravor, can we establish communication and let the vessel identify itself? Yes, Lord Captain, the connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell. Tell him. We're done for. This is Thunderfang. We are... One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We're a private vessel. A merchant vessel. Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? You make out hoarse and furious whispering even over the crackling of the static. Why? I don't know. What if... Certainly not. The whispering dies and a clear, useful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. I assure you, it's a full merchant vessel. The Thunderfang does not require aid. RAV damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air, the bridge has been almost completely obliterated, 2 of the engines are critically damaged, somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged, what happened to you? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses furiously demanding that the others shut up. You manage to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue and opened fire. Miracle we could get away, Emperor protected, and then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, stop playing games and explain again what your business is here. This time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done, Diet? It's too late now. The Vox channel is again filled with angry whispering of several voices. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come here to loot, on a different business, to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt. Please. We already had our chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. In case you're unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Coronis Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox-worthy conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the high factotum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. Yay, we can trade! So right now we can buy Big Flamer, Camouflage Robe, and some melted charges. But we can upgrade to get... no. A lot of this stuff kinda blows, not gonna lie. Like, that fencing body glove is solid. But gotta get up to rank 1. Just a normal axe. The great swords are actually pretty solid. Also, if you haven't noticed, like, War World Origin gives armor 10% parry, Mazoa pattern. I think that's overpen? Or, no. What does Mazoa pattern give? Because there's normal auto guns, and then there's different branded ones. Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, there's just different versions you can get, and we can only get up to level 3 with Fellowship of the Void. None of this is really... Like, Medal of Alacrity would be good if we had someone who could make multiple attacks, otherwise this stuff's just kind of meh. We can sell, like I had said before, this is how we sell stuff. So in this case, they want heretic trophies, Xeno artifacts the most, which we don't have a single stack of either ready to go. We could do like fuel, but actually provisions. They actually, easiest thing. Okay, so they don't want any of this. Or we can't provide enough. Yeah, kind of SOL there. And we can go in and take items, like, we can just convert these instantly into cargo, so into ranged weapons, we'll turn these into melee weapons. So, if I want to trade them, I can. At the moment, I don't have any value trading stuff to these guys. There are other factions I'd like to boost up beforehand, so we'll make our way from there. We can go to... we can go here, I believe. Yeah, and scan this. Okay, so that's the prison. Rykad Minoris, I think, is empty. Womp womp. My first run through, I actually had a location here of a crashed Dark Eldar ship, and I was able to send guys down, and they were able to actually loot a Dark Eldar gun for me. But I didn't have the skills to use it, so it just is sitting in my inventory. So this kind of shows every run is different, which is pretty cool. Kind of like the cape that we found. I've never gotten that before. But we'll go to Rykad Minoris. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you've been using to drop yet another order falls from your hand. I've never experienced this. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard laying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Conrad Voigtver's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold, the dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Stop, I did not wish for any of you to die. The dead remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer with the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hand has found the shard when its sharp, razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. Throw the demon blade away, never. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision, kneeling right next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat, with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your Vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the Void. Yeah, I don't remember that happening to me before. Spooky. Hey, I was wondering when I'd get these. These were, if you bought the game within like the first month, you get the Face of the Sovereign and Von Valancius cloak, which I'm actually going to use because that's way better than my current cloak. Also kind of styling. Could also rock this, which is pretty cool, but I actually don't like the additional Resolve because Resolve is... No, I want to look at this Resolve. How efficiently and how long players can fight in the battle. It determines the amount of momentum gained at the beginning of each turn or after killing an enemy. So momentum kinda... Unless there's more mechanics to it, it's just like, yeah, you can activate your heroic action or your desperate action depending on how your momentum's looking, and that's it. So I don't really care too much for it. It's just kind of there. I usually just give it to someone just to like fill out an item slot, because otherwise it's not that great. We can get a new painting commissioned, but I'm going to leave the Theodora painting up. Alright, let's go to the starport. The starport greets you with the din of ordnance and smell of explosives. Tickles your nostrils. It is difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Among the cracked rockcrete and bent plasteel, you notice a man in the warden's uniform. He stares at the gleaming gold of your shuttle in surprise. Did the governor send his personal guards? No matter, what are you doing there? What are you standing there for, meat? Are you waiting for the rebels to blast your bucket again for good measure? The skies over the capital are blocked by enemy fire. All aerial traffic has been halted. What pest gave you the clearance to deploy? Pah, by all the saints, I'm Sergeant Malagar, and you lot report to me now. Straighten yourselves out and drag your arses after me. I'll map out a defense sector for you. By the end of his tirade, the sergeant's voice grows quieter as his eyes focus on your expensive gear. Abelard turns purple. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? Adira glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. You must be mistaken. I am the rogue trader of House Von Valancius. The soldier grows more and more pale with every word you say. As soon as you are done speaking, he falls to his knees. My mistake, your lordship. Didn't recognize you, sir. Please pardon my blunder. It's a bloodbath in here. A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lass Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely hasn't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship, sir. What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellion in both the capital and the provinces. First, the lower level sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priest linked satellites, reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set a course for landing on Rykad Minoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whatever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. There's fighting in the capital, but we're holding strong. Give no quarter to the rebels, the Emperor protects, the sergeant's voice brimming with daring confidence. Pat him on the shoulder. You're doing fine work, Malgar, and so are your troops. It is people like you that hold the Imperium together. I live to serve, the Emperor. The sergeant's eyes are gleaming with pride. His expression is that of genuine happiness. I am going to see that governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have been on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all my troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Adira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she's looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands. Both yours and others. You know the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around those fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I'll see that your heroism is noted. The sergeant blushes slightly. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Oh, goods. In the itty-bitty backpack. Where is this last thing? It should be... should be this dead guy. Oh well. And Argenta's stuck. Great. Oh, everybody's stuck there. Oh, everybody's stuck there. Oh, that's bad. That's not good at all. Yeah, we're gonna try to quick load and fix that. Okay, whatever reward is here, we'll find it later instead of getting everybody stuck. Okay, so... God, I don't even know where to put people. At this rate, I'm just gonna have everybody hang back and try to pull the enemy to us. Because there's actually a lot of guys. And now that we have all the stuff to reduce the perils of the warp, we can actually get away with just casually moving stuff through and using a lot of abilities. Yes, we're going to give Abelard as much as we can, and I think we're going to kind of launch him into the fray. And I think now we can actually start pushing up a little bit. Ooh, he got shotgunned. And killed a friendly. I think they just killed another friendly too. See what I mean though? It's great because these guys just team kill constantly. That's another team kill. Yeah, we'll go with the 65 into potentially a second hit. Yeah, just keep stacking up on him. That can't go wrong, right guys? What I'll actually do is I'll destroy, or I'll kill Bruiser Rebel so that Abelard can move around and then more guys can flank him. So we can kind of min-max his swings here. Wish that dude requesting artillery actually called in artillery. No, random guard! Yeah, we'll give Abelard his move here. I think there's no attack limit, so I'm just gonna Start schwanging here. Oh, he parried? Okay. Yeah, yeet. Going way better than my first time through, but I also barely understood the game. This time I'm just knocking dudes left and right. I also understand how to run these actual characters. Quit hitting Argenta. She is a delicate lady who is actually very soft and squishy. Like, it's kind of annoying. In response to your meanness, I cast Scream. I just imagine the most monotone just, and then a guy just explodes. His upper half just turns into meat paste. All the Chaos guys are just losing their mind. All these rebels are just like, what the fuck was that? The man just turned into a can of ragu. What sucks is everybody's kind of in a position where giving them a free turn doesn't do them anything. And there's no one for me to take a shot at. So we're just gonna take it easy. Abelard, please wreck a fool. Actually, we're going to step there just to minimize spacing here. Then spin around. Oh, what? I can't use it again? Boo. I might have to give him just a normal revolver so that he can actually do attacks, because the two-shot with the las pistol isn't worth it. Love how the pilot and the crew are just the ballsiest dudes just running out here ready to throw down. Yeah, yeet from downtown. Ooh. Absolutely spanked. And a lot of weapons that I'm probably not going to use. Granted, there are a few that might actually be useful. Okay, map. Let's try to find this mystery loot. I think it's this dead guy. Because it's not this dude, because this dude's alive. Not this guy, because this guy's alive. And the options just flip between these guards. Whatever, it's not important enough for me to waste more time and get everybody stuck again. Lore Imperium, 100%. Yay! Written on the side of the shuttle in pilot's lowly slang of the words, do not touch a shipment of tithes. It's a tithes to somewhere and I'm taking it. They got a problem with it, they can take it up with me later. Increases the range of officer archetype abilities by 1. See, it's just not good enough. If it was 2, I would actually go, oh, okay, I will consider that. Because 2, well, I mean, it's better than 1, but it's just enough where it's like, okay, that's a tangible amount. That carapace chestplate is better, so we're rocking that. I'll still use it, but I gotta be careful because there's enemies further ahead that will actually be healed by it. Made that mistake. Let's do a quick run through. He uses medium, so... Okay, a flak plate is worse. See, I don't know how much better the carapace chestplate is, because yes, I have a lower dodge penalty, because I don't have a dodge penalty with light armor, but I get 5% less armor, but I'll dodge 34% of average enemy attacks, but I reduce incoming damage by less. It's weird. It's a system that makes sense, but I'm also really stupid, so... It's difficult. Okay, you... Get carapace. You... Keep your mesh plate, I guess. Yeah, Unfading Valor just kind of blows. It is the starting weapon, I know, but it's just... For a soldier, it feels like you're just like popping a shot and then hoping for the best. The young, shaggy-haired soldier is still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't anything good. Who are you? Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal Vox operator. I was dispatched to the starport on special orders, the young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. And what exactly were you doing here on your own? Following Governor Medina's special instructions, namely, he grits his teeth with a pained expression furrowing his brow. Oh right, it's a secret assignment. I can't talk about it. What are my best odds? Persuasion. What if what you know is priceless intelligence? Are you here to die, and you were to die before you could relate to anyone? Well, that would make me a saboteur and a traitor, wouldn't it? Yes, you're right. This is an emergency. He looks relieved. I'm looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition who may have arrived on this planet. Have you heard of anyone matching that description? Jasper's face quickly turns gray as he says, I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. I'll just brutally maim him. You know I think I will punish you for disclosing classified information after all. It's so messed up. I'm like, is that the route you go as a heretic or as dogmatic? Because you could justify it either way. So why'd they send you to the starport? I'm supposed to deliver updated Vox codes and, how should I put it, assess the situation. The planet is a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into our VoxNet and are now eavesdropping. This made proper communication impossible. The hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium had sent out a distress call before it went dark. And who even knows what's happening in the system? There's been a riot on Rykad, the prison planetoid. Urak 5 station is silent, although the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. I was hoping I'd be lucky enough to run into a pilot or a captain here who could give me an update, but that's hardly a possibility right now. The rebels are blasting anything that tries to land out of the sky with their damn cannon. He stops talking, a little too abruptly. Maim him. There's something else you're hiding from me, isn't there? More classified secrets? Jasper looks away. It's nothing classified, just personal. There's another reason why I'm here. My betrothed is missing. Raquel Vicari, the esteemed Yvain Winterscale's personal pilot. When the riot reports came in from Rykad, Lord Yvain headed there personally. Then this rebellion started down here and we lost communication. No one knows how they're doing up there. You know what I'm afraid of? That they'll come back and those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. I wanted to find a place that's high up, set a Voxcaster there, and send them a transmission. The sky is closed off, don't try to land. But I didn't make it in time. Those blind dogs chased after me, and as I was running, I tripped and broke the caster. He hangs his head sadly. I worry for her. She's an excellent pilot, but I still worry. Abelard shakes his head disapprovingly, but his eyes are understanding. That is why all members of Void Ship Clan share the same employment. No matter how devoted a servant of the Emperor is to their duty, there's always the danger that family ties might disrupt regulations and order. I hope that no harm comes to her. The Emperor protects, my lord. If someone you love is in trouble right now, may he protect them too. Do you think the governor can handle the rebellion? Jasper mumbles evasively. Well, obviously I'm not some pessimist to say otherwise. I won't tell anyone. You really won't? Well then, if you ask me, things are pretty rotten. His words come flying out at the rate of stubber fire. Those rebels are strange. We would have easily quelled a normal riot. We're not some commoners, we're Rykadians. The naval elite of House Winterscale, but those people, they're vicious. They know no fear. And their attacks are so precise, it's like they know what's going to happen ahead of time. The command executed 7 officers on suspicion of espionage, but it's not about spying. They say the leader of the rebels is some two-faced Aurora who can see into the future. Now she is the real danger. Adira scoffs and rubs her hands together in excitement. She can see into the future, is that right? We'll see about that. She's up against the wrong psyker. My breezy whispers may be vague, but they have not failed me once. I can tell you without asking my ethereal friends that her future doesn't look too bright now that Lord Captain is involved. Tell me about Urak 5. Not much anyone can tell you about it. That station belongs to the Navis Nobilite themselves. Emperor knows what they do up there, who even lives there. They scorn ordinary folk. The only person they're willing to grace with an audience is the esteemed Yvain Winterscale. It is beginning to sound like he's complaining. That place is creepy. They say they order shuttles with servants from Rykad Minoris on a regular basis. I guess they're too important up there to change filters and clean compartments themselves, huh? except I've never met anyone who served there. It's like no one ever comes back. Now we don't need to ask who Winter Scale is. No more questions. It was my pleasure to be of service to you, my lord. It's been nice to chat with someone normal. He glances warily at the body of the nearest blinded lunatic. Are you unharmed, soldier? All thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over the city now. These rebels, damn them to the void, go around maiming anyone they can get their hands on and scorching their eyes. They leave the poor sods driven mad by the pain to wander the streets babbling nonsense. He lowers his voice and adds with gravity, the command doesn't want anyone to talk about it, but I heard whispers that it's not just some nonsense, it's heresy, actual heresy. Because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got a hold of him and carried him from his post off to who knows where. Man. You're right, we shouldn't stay here, we'll run into rebels. I'll go find a safe place to watch the sky for any landing shuttles. May the Emperor protect you, my lord. And we got new rebels here. I'll set up there. You set up here. You can hang out over... Nya. And you can sit here. Yeah, friendly fire! Yeah, we'll take out these guys. Ah, again with the distance. Yeah, I gotta definitely invest next level into the range up. This is really kind of kicking my ass here. Once again, into the Minuteman. Of course he missed. I don't think she can use a Psyker ability because she'll get bonked. Yep, just keep swarming him. Man, when Abelard gets a turn, he's just gonna snap these dudes in half. We'll give you a free turn. Maybe you can get a kill for once. Yeah, let's go for another turn so we can keep swinging. I wanted more than just the double, but all these guys are whittled down pretty well. Now we can give him foresight, get that dodge up. And we can hit someone with a good old-fashioned scream. That'll never not be funny. Come on, fire into the crowd. No, don't fire into us behind cover. Fire into all your idiot friends who are standing next to me. Booster stats. Booster toughness. On, land another hit. Or miss, that's fine. Another nice double there. Just take the shot. And then we'll just mag dump. I'm not even going to take the 23. Target can't act. Why? Fine, we'll just take a wild shot. Okay, Argenta. Another turn. Pretty good at hitting that guy, damn. Yeah, and everybody's already buffed, so I can't really use my Psyker power much. Most elusive man with his power of just standing in the open. She can't hit a 78, but she can hit 36s like they're nothing. I don't think I can drop him in a... I might be able to get close to dropping him in a turn, but he's gonna get a hit off. If he repositions, I get a free kill, essentially. I didn't want him to go down because I was afraid if he did, he'd end up getting... Because if you lose half your health in a single attack, you get a wound, or if you trip a trap, you get a wound. If you get 3 of them, you get like a perma debuff until you go back to your ship, and we can't go back to the ship for a while. And I've done this where everybody's like busted as hell, and it sucks. It's doable. Anything is doable, but man, the debuffs just stack. Yeah, none of that I think is going to be worthwhile. Maybe a sword. Maybe. Please, I just want to loot the body. Taking the man's shoes. Tear down the door. Yeah, a lot of these guys just have absolute garbo. But it's whatever. We'll head in. This should be safe, but we're going to level up first, just in case. Yep, give me my range boost. Give me my fellowship boost. You get Sworn Enemy. This is so good. Marks a target, and you get bonus armor and melee damage on that enemy. I love using it. Better than a lot of this stuff. Taunting Scream is good. Breakthrough kind of sucks. But anything to just draw aggro and tank. Keep boosting Carouse. There we go. Uncanny Sight. The operative inflicts an exploit even on enemies which are out of the line of sight at the start of their turn. That is what we want. Perception. And then you, ballistic skill. Dash kind of sucks. Controlled shot isn't bad. Concentrated fire isn't bad. Really, these two are the only good ones. But we'll take concentrated fire first, because it's just, oh, you buff your next attack. So hopefully you land it. But considering 9 times out of 10 I have points left over, I can pop that every turn and hope for the best. Okay, that's everybody. Into the warehouse. Ooh, gross. Hey, we got it, cool. And we got some fancy armor. And that's all there is in this place. Let's check the armor. It might be useful. Probably not for me. Oh, well, I'll be damned. It is. Okay, so I lose damage reduction when I get hit. But I do get melee, or parry chance. And I get agility. I mean, I think that's a fair trade. Also, I got that dope Aquila on my chest. Also, we should check those boots. Whenever the wearer deals damage to an enemy, they have a 25% chance to gain 2 movement points. Abelard, do you have boots on? No, yes, we're putting those on you. Because if he can kill a guy and then move, we got a plan. We can give him stupid mobility. He is going to be zipping around, backhanding people. It's going to be sick. Everybody, please, I just want to leave. Okay, so this is their first instance of why... Actually, hang on, we got some loot over here. We'll grab that. Even though it's all trash. And now we will stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a new rendition. Okay. So, because she is our highest demo skill person, we go up. And disarm all the traps. Because otherwise, if you try to do it as a group, the rest of your team will be stupid and run into the explosives, and then you get a bunch of debuffs. I suffered through this horribly. I hated it.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Those who seek knowledge find it, and let their enemies reap no...
What's he doing? Fall back!
May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
I love tech priests. The man dressed in crimson should not have survived an explosion like that. However, he is alive. You hear the wheezing of the respirator that covers half his face.
Not
A
another
trill...
step. Flee, for I am death.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ugh, blasted!
I am Rogue Trader Ulysses von Valencius. I mean you no ill.
I identify you as a member of a high strata belonging to Rogue Trader House von Valancius. I am detecting no need for confrontation. The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
Point at the exploded machine. How did you manage to kill off a slew of people and blow up a sacred machine without even laying a finger on it?
This was my doing.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all the fireworks.
You do not even know how you caused such an explosion?
The Omnissiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service, for such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnissiah was not permanent. It has left me.
Who are you?
I identify as Magus Pascal Haneman of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnissiah, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
Why do you wish to see the governor?
I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location. My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
I invite you to join my retinue.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
Let's go, Tech Priest. We'll get him leveled up real quick. Definitely boost his intelligence. And he's gonna end up being a plasma boy as well. Because otherwise, I have to build him out really weird to get him to be like Eldar or Drukhari weapons or something weird, and I feel like just doing plasma, because he's already built to have Melta, Plasma, Bolter. And if we look at his past, or like his origin stuff, pinnacle weaponry, first attack in any combat with any plasma, melta, or power weapon deals additional damage. For the remainder of combat, the bonus damage is reduced to, or decreased to, intelligence bonus divided by 2. So, half your intelligence bonus becomes the bonus. So if I was gonna make a guess, I think it's like 2 bonus damage. Deflection against burning effects and flame weapons. He doesn't have heavy armor, so we can't get him that. Forge World characters gain a stacking 10% bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a successful attack. Successful critical hits increase. So you can really just keep dropping hits into guys. And then if we wanted to, we could even have him use persuasion, coercion, and commerce with intelligence. But he doesn't really benefit from any of that. And currently he's good with, like, lore Xenos. We just need... Actually, yeah. We do need to see... Do we have anybody who's lore warp? Me, okay. I am Warp Man. But I will give him dueling mastery because he has a two-handed weapon and a two-handed melee and two-handed ranged weapons wielded at the same time. So it is useful to just allow him to run both simultaneously. And it means any guy who comes in melee, he can just parry off rip. Yeah, we'll just keep boosting intelligence for the moment. Quick inventory run, see if we can hook him up with any good gear. I don't think we have anything. Like, he has a better las gun. His armor gives him a bonus to attack use, so can't really justify swapping any of that out. His axe is way better. So, that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.